Hello, welcome back to another episode of Style Your Dreams. I'm so excited you're here. I hope you're listening to this during the holiday season. If not, it'll still be valid. But this is a conversation I want to have with you about what I'm noticing around me about this holiday season and how we all are handling it. And it's probably the same as we've tended to handle it in years past. So, excuse me. So, I want to start with having a conversation about noticing what's happening for you right now. It's the middle of December. The holidays are here. They're not coming. You're in them. The end of the year is here. And as I'm out and about, as I'm talking to clients, as I'm talking to friends, I'm noticing so many people are completely stressed out. It may be that you're stressed out because you're trying to hurry and get all of the gifts. Maybe you need to wrap the gifts. You're attending holiday parties. You're reaching your end of year goals, or you're stressed because you're not. You're wondering what's going to happen in the new year. You're having family challenges, relationship challenges, all different things are happening. And if you're in the spiritual nature and you're aware of what's happening with the planets, that actually adds a whole nother level to the chaos right now. So as we begin this conversation today, I first want to stop and take a deep breath together. Because if you're listening to this, you're probably listening while you're driving or rushing from one thing to the next. And thank you for listening, but let's just stop and take a deep breath together. Recently, I was listening to this podcast. I wish I remembered the gentleman's name, but he was talking about the power of breath. And he's been doing breath work for over 30 years. And he talked about if you can take 3 to 5 deep breaths in and have an audible exhale, it shifts everything in your chemistry. So let's just try a couple. Okay, thank you. So I know what a strange way to begin the podcast, but I was called to do that. So I hope you participated with me. So a lot of people are carrying a lot of stress right now. And especially with family. I want to talk about family for a minute because I notice there's a lot of issues that come up with family. And obviously we love our families and we want to spend time with them during the holidays. But a lot of times it can just drive up what doesn't work. And if you add on all the other stress that we're dealing with, sometimes we lose perspective. We lose sight of what's truly important this time of year. Because yes, it is an amazing time of year, but when you add the stress, it becomes less magical. So I want to help you bring the magic back to the holiday season this year, if you've lost it just a little bit. So I want to give you a couple techniques to use when you're in those moments of pure stress. First of all, one thing I don't think many of us spend nearly enough time on when we're stressed out in general, but especially during the holidays, is our self-care, taking care of ourselves, making sure we have what we need first. I know for many of us, that is a very hard proposition. It's hard to think of ourselves. We're like, yeah, I'm going to get around to that. Not now, but I will get around to that later. And one thing that I've noticed is if I can stop in the middle of being stressed out and indulge myself for 10 minutes. And that's all. 10 minutes sometimes seems like a long time, but it's really not. And maybe I'll take a 10-minute walk, or it's been warm lately, so I'll just go stand in the sunshine with my bare feet on the grass and take some deep breaths. And I notice that the moment I do this, all these creative ideas and solutions to problems start flowing in at rapid speed, which is amazing. So those 10 minutes were more productive for me than sitting in front of my computer trying to bang out some work. at a stressful speed or trying to do something in a stressed out state. Those 10 minutes are a great reset. So we talked about taking some deep breaths and then taking a little break. I like to call it a timeout. Remember when you were little or you had little kids? I remember when Stella was little. This was a huge thing. I'm sure it still is. I would always say, okay, we're going to take a little time out whenever she would misbehave or start, I don't know, having some anxiety or stress or not behaving in a way that she would normally behave. We would take a time out. I'm sure you're all familiar with that term. But as we grow up and as our kids grow up, we stop taking those timeouts. I think those timeouts were the most brilliant thing ever invented because you and I need a timeout. I wish I had someone who would tell me, okay, it's time to take a time out. You're not being yourself right now. So let's take a time out when we need one this month because it feels decadent, but it is the thing to get you back grounded, back centered in who you truly are and back present to the miracles of life. The next thing I like to do when I'm in the moment, these are all techniques for when you're in the moment, stressed out, reactivated, triggered, something's happening. So the other thing I like to do is zoom out. So I love pretending like I'm on a drone and I go way above my city, my state, my country, as far up as I can, and I look down on the situation. It gives me a whole different perspective on life because when you're in the moment, you are as dense as you can be. You are so heavy and dense, and there is no other way to react than how you're currently reacting. Do you ever notice that? I do. But if I can take a deep breath, take that 10 minutes apart and get on a drone and zoom out, suddenly I have perspective and the world becomes smaller. The problems become non-existent. I can get my joy back. And it really makes a difference and it shifts my energy instantly. Another thing that I've been doing recently is because I notice I haven't been spending enough time on self-care. And that's one of the things that's a really big deal when you do as much energy healing work and coaching work as I do with people. I need to take time for myself. And what I started doing was instead of taking showers every day, this is a simple little switch. Instead of jumping in the shower, I take a bath. Same amount of time. Maybe it takes a few extra minutes, but I take a bath and I take that time to take deep breaths and sit in the water and let it reground me. I love putting special essential oils like rose because it's the highest vibration essential oil there is, and deep sea bath salts. And then I feel like a brand new person. So find a few tricks that work for you this holiday season to have you get back to who you are and what you're committed to so that you can fully embrace, fully experience the biggest expression of love, the biggest expression of connection with people. I want you to experience all the goodness that this season holds because in a blink of an eye, it's going to be gone. So you don't have to do anything. But so I recommend you savor the moment. Savor each and every moment and take a photo to remind you of that moment that you're savoring so that later you can go back and go, oh, I did love how I decorated my tree this year. Like that just brought me so much joy. Or I loved looking at the angel or the nativity scene in my house or whatever it is for you. Take photos to remember and take time to cherish it and tell the people in your life how much you love them. I know you're probably already doing all the magical stuff. I just want to help you out when you're not doing the magical stuff. And if the end of your stress is getting to you, I also just wanted to share something. Yesterday, I came up with this idea. I have a course that I'm doing December 29th. So I'm doing this ritual that Ken and I have been doing for 20 years. One day I think it was our very first trip to Sedona. We were spending the holidays with my parents. It was one of our first Christmases. And after the holidays, being around my family was sometimes stressful, probably oftentimes stressful. And we would hop in the car and go to Sedona. Although I do love my family, it just was stressful. We would hop in the car and go to Sedona. And our first year ever, we had been hiking all day and we went to a dinner at this beautiful restaurant. And we met this guy, Mike, sitting at the bar, and he was journaling. And I was asking him, hey, how are you? What are you doing? And he shared with me this ritual he does, how he comes to Sedona every year during that week. And he fully completes the year, every single thing about his year, the good, the bad, the ugly, the extraordinary, the everything. And then intentionally completes it so it doesn't come into his year. And then he creates his next year vision. And he was sharing with us that 90% of what he has created on these trips every year has come true. And I was blown away because I don't know about you, but I didn't know anyone who has achieved 90% of what they had written down. And he didn't write like 2 things down. He had like pages of things written down. So the very next day, Ken and I grabbed our journals and we started doing that technique. And over the years, it's shifted and changed, but we have gone to Sedona. I think we've missed 1 year in 20 years, but we've gone to Sedona every single year that exact week, the week between Christmas and New Year's, and we've done this technique. Oh, the year that we skipped, we went a couple weeks earlier, but we've been there every single year doing this technique. And it's definitely altered over the years, but I will tell you the majority of what we have done and created has come true from this ritual, which is just amazing. Now, is it the ritual? Not entirely. I mean, it's a great ritual, but not entirely. Is it the Sedona vortex energy? Yes, and not entirely. It's the combination that is so magical that it brings in, it's sort of like you're whispering your dreams to the universe, and the universe is saying yes. And I know it's been magical for us. We have literally, oh my gosh, the struggles that we've had to deal with in our life over 20 years. I mean, when we started doing this, I was $50,000 in debt. I had nothing. And then, we're not in that position anymore. Now we're lucky enough to have a place in Sedona. I remember struggling to get pregnant for 3 years, and we would go to Sedona and dream this up every single year. And now we have a miracle. She's not a baby anymore, but we have a miracle teenager. Excuse me. But everything that we've set out to do in our lives, we've accomplished from doing this ritual and doing it in Sedona. And this year, I got a nudge to do it with you. So I'm doing it. I say yes. When the universe tells me to do something, I say yes. So on December 29th, in the morning for 3 hours, I'm hosting Creating Your Dream Life for 2026. And it's going to be magical. And I'm going to walk you through the ritual. This is not a course. This is not more content you're going to consume. I promise you. This is an interactive process where you're going to do the work to fully complete your year and create your year so that you can produce miracles. And we're going to speak it into the vortex energy in Sedona, and you are going to create your dream life this year. And it is an incredible, special, sacred thing that I do that I'm going to bring you along with. And I'm going to sprinkle in some energy healing and some activation. I feel like one of the things a lot of people, I'm sure it's year after year, but this year in particular, I've heard a lot of people wanting to bring in money. And I have this magical way of helping people bring in money and abundance around them, which is hence why I have my Money Vibes course. But this activation, I'm going to do an activation, a special activation to bring in wealth and abundance and money in 2026 as well. And what I decided to do last minute yesterday was I got present to that when we make changes together in partnership with the people that we love, that's when the magic really happens. That's why I've been doing this. Ken and I have been doing this every year together. We didn't like I do something different and he does something different. It's the partnership that we brought together to do this ritual that has made it special. So I am doing a special. It's buy one, get one free until the 25th. So if you want a special gift of transformation to give someone in your life, this is an amazing gift that you can do together, whether it's your partner, your I don't know, someone in business, your teammate, your child, your best friend, your whoever it is, your sister, your brother, whoever it is, bring them along and create this together and watch the magic amplify in your life. There is nothing like the magic in doing this together. So right now, as an incentive to bring them along, you buy one and the other person gets to come free. So I'm super excited to offer this and I can't wait because then imagine like February comes and most people have these big goals in January. And then what do they say? Like by February or March, the gyms are empty. Those people who wanted to lose weight and they're like, yep, this is the year. The gyms are empty. So if you have a friend who does this course with you, you can check back later with them or maybe create like monthly accountability calls. Like, hey, just wanted to check in. How are you doing on this? How are you doing on that? And keeping it alive. Because that's a lot of times why we don't accomplish the things that we really want is because we forgot what we wrote down. It's not present for you. You forgot about it. It's not alive. So this is a way to keep it alive. Have that person with you and then together support each other, fulfilling on your dreams. And make it as magical as you possibly can. Because I know for us, 20 years ago, we decided we were no longer going to keep doing what we were doing. It wasn't working. So just writing down goals and being inspired wasn't the way for us. And once we found this new ritual, man, I will tell you, everything in our life has changed. Everything. It's so cool. So anyways, I hope you can join us and there'll be the information's in the show notes. And if there's anything that you need, reach out to me and my team. We're here for you. I will probably in January start doing more healings. We also have a membership that we're starting in February. A lot's coming. We're going to relaunch the Money Vibes course. People have been asking me for all of this. So buckle up. We're doing it. So I hope you have the most magical holidays. I hope that you know this holiday season how loved you are, how special you are, how the world needs you. You may be lonely. You may be stressed. You may be dealing with challenges, and we need you. We love you, and you're worth it. So know that if I'm the only person who tells you that, it is the truth. And if you're in a great spot this holiday season, go spread love to others. Let's make the world a happier place because we're all in it. So thank you for joining me today. I can't wait to talk to you on another episode. Have an unbelievable day and holiday season. And I'm sending you so much love. See ya.